I pulled you over because you're revving your engine like a jerk. That's why.
I did CPR on a crash victim until paramedics arrived. They said I saved her life, but now I'm being sued by her for breaking a rib. What can I do? I'm worried because my certification is expired. Also, I really can't afford a lawsuit. Ooh, that's typical. It sounds like somebody got a really big medical bill and they couldn't afford it, so they think you can afford it by suing you. It really sucks when people do that because all that does is discourage people from helping others. Yo, dude, you kind of look like my first husband. I don't know though, I've never been married. That's actually a first for someone to tell me I look like someone else. For real, I worked so hard, risked it all, and you didn't even get my joke, man. Really? I cheated on my husband 3 years ago while traveling for work. It was a one-night stand, and we didn't exchange numbers or keep in contact. I don't even know his last name. Until last month, I'd never told anyone about this event. At the time I cheated, I didn't really care because my marriage was rocky and I felt unappreciated. But my husband and I reconnected during the quarantine, and I started to feel extremely guilty. Last month, I thought I would try going to confession with my parish priest, and he said I needed to tell my husband as part of my penance. I wasn't really sure how to do that, so I've sat on it. Last weekend, I came home to my husband throwing all my stuff out of the bedroom, trying to kick me out of the house. He knows everything. Apparently, the priest followed up to see if I told my husband, and when my husband said he didn't understand what the priest was talking about, he told my husband about the affair. My whole world is exploding because I thought confession was supposed to be private. Does the priest have any kind of liability or responsibility? Does the priest have a responsibility to maintain the sanctity of confession? Yes. Does he have liability? No, it's not a legal thing. You can't sue him. This entire story is a major facepalm. The fact that you cheated on someone and you don't even know their surname or have their phone number, you risked an entire marriage and you basically had sex with a stranger. That is crazy. On top of that, instead of talking to your husband about feeling unappreciated, you just chose to cheat on him. And when you reconnected with him, of course you felt guilty. Your behavior is stupid. With that being said, this priest fumbled the bag hard. Not only did he fumble his whole career, because congratulations, you've been excommunicated from the faith immediately. Violating the privacy of confession is so crazy that this woman doesn't even have to go to her local archdiocese to talk about what he did. This man already was excommunicated by the action alone. Literally everybody in this story except for the husband fumbled the bag. Jesus. I'm a Celt myself. Irish specifically. My ancestry is from Munster County. Munster isn't a county, it's a province. You're gonna mansplain Ireland to me when I'm Irish? A man with an unwashed ass has an opinion again. I'm Irish. You're American. I'm pretty confident I know my country better than you. Page 1 Google agrees with this man. It is a province. So is it still mansplaining if the woman is absolutely incorrect? Or have the rules, changed since 2014? I gotta know this. I gotta understand if things have updated. I gotta know so I can pretend to give a... Akon defends Nick Cannon having numerous kids with multiple women. Akon defends Nick Cannon having numerous kids with multiple women. Says events with children like dance recitals aren't important. That's a white man's thing. Who gives a fuck about a recital? Oh my god. I wonder what else is considered a white man's thing. Being present in your children's lives, showing any interest in your children's lives, not recklessly having children with multiple different women. Yeah, I guess all of those things are negative qualities and principles to have in your life. Maintain your principles because they're the correct thing. They're not white. Mothers who breastfeed baby boys need to stop. We need to empower more females in this world, and by breastfeeding them, we're giving them a good start in life, which they deserve over a baby boy, which are already physically stronger than baby girls. I have feminist views, and I'm not ashamed to admit that. No boy baby will ever be fed from my breasts if I'm unfortunate enough. I didn't know that feminism is all about neglecting children. Just starve that baby for the greater good. George Santos lied about his mother dying in 9/11. Absolutely pathetic. 9/11 claimed my mother's life, so I'm blocking you so I don't ever have to read this again. December 23rd of this year marks 5 years since I lost my best friend and mentor. Mom, I love you in my heart.
All right, so I met this lady in 2008. We got married in 2011. We had our first child in 2011. We had our second child in 2015. We've been married for 10 years. We've been together for 13 years. We just recently found out we're brothers and sisters.
Imagine being a magazine that advocates for body positivity and uplifting all people, and you shame two girls with a history of eating disorders. Nicki Minaj is 34 years old and the Olsen twins are 30. White people age like bananas. One thing that's pretty consistent with magazines that are all about body positivity is that they are negative to any body that isn't 200 pounds. Embracing my Nordic culture through mini braids and celebrating winter solstice. I saw a TikTok saying how white America, most of our heritage has been stripped away from us, having to identify with political parties, sports teams, etc. This post was trending on the subreddit. Everybody's saying that it was a facepalm moment. That this girl was being cringe talking about her racial identity, ethnic identity, and cultural identity. But what confuses me is that her sentiments are similar to those of other races. Other people talk about their racial identity and cultural identity in the same way. They might have a different rationalization as to why they talk about it. She thinks that in white America, their culture is being erased in some capacity. Other people feel like they need to celebrate their cultures and racial identity because it's being supplanted by others. What do you think? Do you think it is cringe or a facepalm moment for a girl to go onto TikTok of any race, a girl of any race to go onto TikTok and talk about her racial identity in a similar way? Seriously, debate it out. I want to hear what you guys think. Who will be the next star of #The Bachelor? Our ranking. Yeah, I have a sneaking suspicion that the next Bachelor will be a dark-haired, square-headed white man with stubble and a more on the top haircut that inexplicably costs $85. Meet Graydon, Braden, Traden, and Okaden.
Don't touch me.
Hi, please don't. It's not okay, though. It's not okay.
Oh my god, do you know how sexy it is when he teases you in bed with a bird leaf? You mean a feather? Is that what you mean? Cause what is a bird leaf? Is there a living tree of birds? How do British people tell the time if all the British clocks don't have numbers, but strange lines instead? I am so confused. Now everybody, before you start calling this person an imbecile, before you start calling them retarded, they might know how to read an analog clock. They just might not know the Roman numerals, all right? Let's give this person the benefit of the doubt and they just, forgot about Roman numerals. Everybody was taught that at 5 and then weren't ever taught again. So let's play nice. I'm playing nice. You don't see me calling him a spastic, all right? All right, here's Timmy with his new 12 gauge from Papa and Mama. The gun is bigger than him, bruh. Like, you couldn't wait until he was 11 like everybody else? Most people go hunting with their father around that age, and you couldn't wait for that, apparently. The gun is bigger than him. You can't go hunting with a toddler. That should be obvious. Do women actually orgasm? There is no conclusive physiological evidence of it. Men are very clear, obvious, but women not so much. I'm gonna stop you there. I'm gonna stop you there. Yeah, this man has a whole thesis, but let's be honest, to anybody out there who's been remotely intimate with a woman, you know this man's bugging. Trying to get a girl to finish isn't difficult, but it ain't easy either, and once it's done, it's pretty obvious. Trying to get a girl to nut is like playing Toho on insanity mode, and you know when you win. My name is Nasser. The game is censoring the word ass and is making it worse. Oh, wow. Yeah, so everybody on the chat knows that you're based in Red Pilled. Amuse in Warzone. Me, Photoshop 2022. Hey, wait a minute. I'm the artist of the painting Amuse in Warzone, and I'm here complaining about the unfair ban. I can give you guys the process or the PSD file of that painting. I'm not using any AI supported, and that punishment is not right. Sorry for my bad English, and thank you for your time. Here's my portfolio. Take a look. I don't believe you. Even if you did paint it yourself, it's so obviously an AI prompted design that it doesn't matter. If you're really a serious artist, then you need to find a different style because A, no one's going to believe you when you say it's not AI, and B, the AI can do better in seconds what might take you hours. Sorry, it's the way of the world. So let me get this straight. Even if this dude used an AI generated prompt in order to get some sort of reference for this painting, that's still a transgression? That's still wrong? You can't even use AI to generate references? That's ridiculous. Just admit that this painting looks too good for one person to draw it, or one person to use Photoshop. Just praise the guy for the fact that he has talent. Oh my god. Between 6 women, no way does this man have 2, 5, he has 12. He has 12 children amongst 3 women. Oh my god. Someone needs to stop this. You need to stop, my man.
Because it's my right,
Right,
ma'am.
it's your right. Right, it's my right to ask you to please just get on the porch.
No, it's not your right.
It is my right. What services, I can ask you, is it a service dog?
Medical
What
alert,
services-
mobility, and guide.
Right, okay.
For you?
Great.
Yes, for
Medical
me.
alert, mobility, and guide. If the dog's with you, it can guide you out the door, and it can be medical alert and mobility right out there too. I know you're taking a stand, and that's great, and hoorah for you.
It's my civil rights, ma'am.
Awesome. It's my right
Both
to not have
state-
a dog in my restaurant.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
It's a service dog, so
I
you do not
understand,
have
and
the
I knew
right
as
to
soon
say
as you
no.
walked in here, we were gonna have this. I just don't need it right now. I don't need it today. Could you just give a shit and go outside, please?
No, it's my civil rights. I'm not leaving to go out there.
Make it sweet to go.
This teen reported her Chili's manager for sexual harassment, and her co-workers threw a party to shame her. And that's not all of it. A grown man harassed a 16-year-old girl for 2 years and even showed up to her school and multiple times, yet they blame her for his termination. My boss deactivated my coworker's email who just quit too quickly and didn't realize it controls our company calendar. So now all of those events for the next 3 years are gone. Now if that's not karma, I don't know what else is. It sounds like homeboy had it coming, because if this person went out of their way to just quit abruptly and not give notice, it goes to show that maybe the boss isn't worth the notice, you know? Isn't worth the respect. Can we get a black superhero that doesn't have black in their name? That would be cool. Kid Cudi. Kid Cudi, instead of talking about politics on Twitter, you need to start making better music. Static Shock, The Falcon, Blade, Cyborg, Luke Cage, Storm. I can keep going. There are plenty of black superheroes who aren't Black Panther.
Oh, Andre, you are.
You're messing.
I told you. I was just.
My children will get privacy from me when they can pay their own bills and feed themselves. Until then, you do what I say. Ain't shit negotiable. We not friends. Let me give you a little bit of insight. I haven't spoken to my mother in 10 years. Welcome to your future. Mobile phones, please turn these devices off completely before entering the church, not simply placed in silent or airplane or standby mode. We have friends in the choir and audience who are seriously affected from the radiation emitted by mobiles in such an enclosed environment. You had us in the beginning. You at least had me in the beginning, because yeah, you don't want any distractions during church. I totally understand that. But the radio waves from your phone aren't doing anything to hurt you. Radio waves are pretty broad. They go right through you. They're too big to do any damage to you. I'm so sick of people blaming nepotism for why they aren't rich and famous or successful. Obviously, it's not fair that people who come from famous families are getting a leg up because of that, but guess what? Life isn't fair. If you put your mind to something, you can accomplish it. That is true. If you put your mind to something, you can accomplish it, but you certainly need to be in an environment that can help you accomplish that. For example, I've been publishing content onto YouTube since 2012. I didn't get any success. I didn't see any returns on that until 2018. And the reason I was able to focus on that on top of my schoolwork, on top of my extracurriculars, is because I had a safe space to do that, to practice and hone my craft. I'm sure if I had a bad home life or if my parents couldn't afford high-speed internet, I probably wouldn't be able to do that. Everyone is capable of being self-made, but everyone has help along the way, and it's not a slight against you when people point out the fact that you wouldn't be in the position you're in if your parents had not have helped you. Nepotism in of itself isn't a bad thing. It's only bad when people try to deny that it didn't help them. You wouldn't be in the position you're in if your parents didn't have that type of access or influence. And I get it. I know why people try to run away from nepotism, because it kind of takes away from your credibility. Would you be in the position you're in now if your parents weren't famous? Probably not. But nepotism in of itself doesn't erase your hard work. Just be honest about what you've contributed to whatever career you're in, and also be honest about how much your parents contributed to that career. What's up, everybody? It's your boy Ailurus, aka Panda Daddy, and I hope you enjoyed today's video. And if you did, let me know in the comments down below, and leave a like if you liked the video. And if you're new to my channel, go ahead and subscribe, fam. What you doing watching videos and not subscribing? And if you're old, make sure you hit that bell so you can get these notifications every time. It seems y'all have enjoyed the past 2 videos this week, so thank you so much for that. Next week, there's going to be even more channel favorites, so I hope to see you on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday of next week. It's truly going to be fantastic, and I know you guys are going to love it. And as always, I gotta thank the Patreon supporters that make content like this possible. A big thank you to Renhex, Joner, Project Ghost, Mr. Bean, Clifford, James, Lucas, Big Boy Bailey, Primavera, BMX30, Willinda, Ouija Baby, Cinnamon Sticks, Crush 40 Legacy Gamer, Scott, Rivka, The Fake Musician, Lightstar, Samantha Bellhart, Admin Faneker, Zach F, Darth Titan 44, Keely D, Dunder S Hawk, Knobs, Lady Laughs a Lot, Swiss Patreon user Noah, and Catherine Taylor. Thank you so much for your support. It is greatly appreciated. And if you want to help support the channel, there's 2 links in the description, one in my merch store and one in my Patreon. Both funds go directly into the channel so I can maintain what's happening here. And as always, stay zesty.